We're live. And we're
All right, we're going
live.
live. We're live. I was
We're
watching a
back.
steak being cooked, but we're not on the same. Is this a new stream?
No, it's a new stream with the same headline. It's the
Okay,
same topic, so it still
live.
technically counts.
Okay, well, I get that, but I'm just trying to look for it on the lines on the internet here so I can click on it.
Yep, we're there. We are
We click
live.
the
I'm
buttons.
watching
We
this
do
right
this
now.
stuff. 90% of the thing. There we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. Is that right? Is that right? If I wave,
That's right. That's right. We're live. So so apparently, the internet didn't like us speaking poorly about green energy, and it kicked us off. I blame
Yeah.
Zark Muckerberg. He does not like it. He's done it before. He did it again.
Yeah, he strikes again. He watches his show religiously. I mean, he should get it by now. We're pranksters, man. Come on,
Zark, it's your fault.
stop
All
shooting
right.
off our stream.
But we are back. We are technically live.
I think,
unless
so.
you believe in the
All right,
simulation theory, in which case, nobody's really alive.
Well, so you guys missed it. You guys missed some good off the show banter, off live banter.
It's all we can do to
He's
stop.
like, I think we can restart the stream. But if I restart the stream, it'll be a new stream. But if I try to reconnect, I think it'll keep the same stream so everybody can just be right back to watching, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, well, seeing as how you're Mr. Retrocausality and the past, the present, and future are all happening right now, just go back to then and reschedule it for now.
Exactly.
And
that's it.
Then we launched into this, I don't want to call it word perfect because it wasn't, but it was damn close.
Darn close. You know your Spaceballs.
Script of Spaceballs. Where they're watching Spaceballs the movie, and the latest in home video where the tape is released before the video is done. So what happened to then? We just missed it, sir. What happened now? When did this happen? I don't remember this happening to me. Now it's happening right now. What happened to then? We just missed it. It was great. There was some quality banter back and forth that you guys didn't get privy to see. So you guys got a little bit of it right there. That was a one-man show of it, but man, what was happening offline was hilarious.
Just watch Spaceballs.
You'll take my word. You just watch Spaceballs. You'll be fine.
Exactly, and then you'll understand why we repeatedly say I'm surrounded by assholes. So
surrounded by assholes.
All right, we got a couple pieces of news left. We can wrap it up before Zark takes over our stream again. Zark Muckerberg. So
all hell, wind power.
Quote of the day is from Rumi, one of David's favorite philosophers. And David, I thought you'd like this. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Think about it.
Is this a semen sample?
Think about it. I mean, I was thinking, this would be a good.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Well, it must have been a camouflage condom because nobody saw it coming.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah. Roomy. And the last piece of news, of course,
like it. It's good,
is you always need to eat your celery because celery, as we all know, is nature's toothbrush for the colon. My new favorite advertisement. Thank you, David.
I'm starting to doubt my showing you that we're giving you the hey, what's a celery thing? Like, it has to be one of the worst advertisement things of all time. And I think it's made an appearance in every show of the Underdog journey since
then.
I told you about this.
I just can't get it out of my head that some executive thought this is a great idea. Some executive on the Celery Council thought this is a great idea. And they actually had to tell a creator, a graphic designer, illustrator, at least, to create this. And for a fact, the illustrator was like, hang on, wait, what? You want me to draw what now?
You want me to what? So there's a meme that's like, what do you think if butt cracks went horizontal instead of vertical? And now that this thing's on and one of the comments is when you're going down one of the slides, it's going to go. And I'm just looking at this going, yep,
that's it.
Yep.
Well, the look on the guy's face is not helping the situation.
Yeah, no, it's not. He's like, "Oh, I like these." I
He's
don't know why
really
it
enjoying
became French
himself.
all of a sudden, but you know what? To be honest, it did.
Oh,
Yeah, I
sacre
know why
bleu.
it went French.
There you go.
Yeah. He's biting his lower lip.
I mean, he's really, and that the celery stick, he's getting into it too. Look at his face. He's a happy
No,
little camper
he
down
is
there.
French. That's a French celery right
It's a
there.
French celery stick.
It is. Look at him. He's got the little Frenchman's mustache.
Ooh la
Oui,
la,
oui,
sacre bleu.
baguettes. Oh,
Oh boy.
so we
Again,
pissed off the Japanese. Now we're targeting the French.
yeah, what are the
You
French going to do
cheese
though?
eating surrender monkeys.
What are the French? The Japanese can shut off our stream. Apparently, the French cannot. So take that. The Celery Council is apparently pretty powerful, though. So they may have something to say.
Yeah.
But
I better watch it.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make this T-shirt, David. This is going to be your birthday gift. You have to wear this in Vegas. This is your birthday gift.
In Vegas. You know what? So there is a there's this group of family or whatnot, group of friends or whatever at an airport, and each person bought a shirt for another one. It's like a um what's the white elephant? It's like a white elephant or a secret
Yeah.
Santa. So you don't know who has your name, but they bought a shirt for you. And this is the type of things that would be on that shirt. If you guys see those, I don't know who's Mike Donovan. Do you know Mike
Yeah, Mike
Donovan? Mike,
Donovan. Mike
thanks for
Donovan says, hang on, put this quote back up here. Mike Donovan says he'll never look at
just not
peanut butter
peanut.
celery logs the same way after that. I wouldn't have said logs. I mean, look,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Way
ants
to
on
go,
logs as
Mike.
much as the next guy, but when you're talking about this, you don't want to talk about logs. I don't know.
Oh,
It's the
it's, I
celery.
mean,
It's the sufi of the colon. You know the
yes,
sufi?
yes.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
No,
So
I'm just gonna pretend that we didn't just this past 5 minutes didn't happen. And do we have any more news, or are we on to the main topic?
that was the news. I thought I'd wrap up with on a high point.
Oh, I don't know if I'd call that a first place win, but it was a solid number two.
Solid number two. I mean, if you're gonna have a solid, if you're gonna have number two, you want it to be a solid one.
Ah,
But they make pills for that
Christmas.
now. So we do have a main topic that we
Uh,
could eventually get to. Now that we're back online, again, I apologize for whatever reason we were kicked off
to
off
the
the internet.
honorable, yes, to the honorable Japanese people who published a dumb report.
Yeah, they did
We
not
should have
like how we're
checked
talking
and
about the
seen.
clean energy.
Yeah, we should have checked and actually seen who wrote that because I just have a hard time believing that was the Japanese. That has Chinese scam written all over it.
You think so? Let's see. All
I
right.
mean, all over. Oh
All right.
yeah,
So for those who are now watching and
it's
listening, it's a new energy source. First of all, it's not a new energy source. Japan lifts a
it's
wind
wind.
turbine wall above the ocean and triples power output. First of all, they triple power output because they put 3 times more windmills out there. Uh, it's not a new energy source. Let's see who wrote this. This is from Sarah I, and this is from The Pulse. Let's see who Sarah I is. It doesn't say who Sarah I
I don't
is. I have a feeling Sarah
know.
I is Sarah AI, and that is in fact
her
probably
middle her middle name is Allison.
right, exactly
Sarah AI. We
Sarah
got you.
AI.
We
That's
got
who
you.
she is.
Yes. Yes.
And this image actually,
Hey,
this does kind of look like AI. So this may
yeah,
be fake.
ChatGPT. I need a story about a new energy source. Call it wind and a wall. Um, hey Grok, I need a picture of a big wall of fans over top of the ocean. Make it
Right.
look cool.
I mean, I am actually looking at this, and I'm thinking if there's any kind of wind resistance in these wind turbines at all, and there must be wind resistance in order for wind turbines to work. That's how physics works.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that.
As tall as this wall is, and as small as this little boat looks, I have a feeling it would immediately topple over if there's the slightest breeze. I could be
So
wrong.
we're not seeing the screen right now, but
Oh,
I
okay. Oh,
remember what it
sorry,
looks
sorry.
like.
That's my fault. I was still thinking about the celery stick shoving his toothbrush. All right. So there we go.
And the
I have a
guy going
feeling.
down the slide going,
I have a feeling if
yeah.
there was even the slightest breeze, this whole thing would just topple over. So this probably is AI. Sarah AI, you have a lot of explaining to do.
You got some explaining to do, Sarah GPT.
Her last name is Grok.
Oh, yes. That's her maiden name. It really just looks like a big ass game of Connect 4.
Exactly. That would be. You know what? I would play a big ass game of Connect Four if it was that big. That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty cool.
You
I'll bet
just
people would
drop
pay
them with
big money to play big
helicopters.
Connect Four.
That would be cool.
Right?
People would pay big money for that.
Play
If you had
Connect Four on
helicopters
a
and flew the
giant
things
Connect
up,
Four
dropped
with
them in.
helicopters, dude. I think we just
Oh,
invented the
yeah,
next ultra rich dude luxury game.
yeah.
We're gonna make it happen.
Oh, I was thinking like for a family of 4, they could afford this working at McDonald's, right? Isn't that what McDonald's is supposed to be able to do, is provide you to live the life of anybody else, no matter how
Well, obviously, you're supposed to live a life of luxury flipping burgers, David. I mean, I'm not going to get into the
uh,
politics of it all, but if you disagree, you're wrong.
oh, of course. Go eat your celery.
It is the toothbrush of the colon. So let's move on. We do actually have a main
You
topic.
know, there's before we take off of this, there is some guy wires on the side of this for supports. You'll see about one, two, about the bottom of the third fan up, there's like a cross brace. It's the
Hmm.
only
Hmm.
cross brace that's on this thing. And there's some guy wires that goes up to the, looks like the one, two, three, four, five, sixth fan, about the middle of the sixth fan on both sides, and then down low. The speed at which this would fall over would probably produce more electricity than than the actual fans would, because the wind would not necessarily turn all of the turbines. It would just blow the thing over.
Right. Plus, this is on a boat. This is
Yeah.
on a very
Was it?
small, not a boat. This looks like a small like pontoon airplane
y-
like
Yeah, it looks like
fuselage.
one of the
Where are the
hydroplanes. Yeah.
batteries at that's storing the energy that's being collected by these wind turbines? Because that's what
Or
don't
the
people. That's
cable.
what most people also don't understand. Is yeah, you can have solar panels all over the place. You can have wind turbines all over the place. That energy still has to be stored someplace before you can use it.
Yeah. So if that is running the airplane, it still won't
Got
work.
it. That's it. That's what's happening. Those aren't wind turbine uh, rotors. Those are propellers for the airplane.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
this is
I've
Japan's
got
new propeller plane. This is how it flies.
I'm going to Grok. I'm going to Grok. I got to do this. I can't do. I can't not. Okay.
Okay, what
I
are we
need
doing
an
here?
image. I want to do an image. No, I don't want to search an image. Go back. Oh, dang it. No, no, no. Okay.
It's like your grandpa trying to use the internet. All right, you got it.
Create a image of the most ridiculous um energy source you can come up with, but make it look cool. All right.
All right, I'm gonna bring up your
Yeah.
screen a little bit.
Grok's like, David, this is not even close to being on the okay, we got two ways we can go here.
Okay,
We've got some guy in the wilderness with just a bunch of solar panels, but I'm gonna pick this one here because this one looks just slightly less ridiculous than what was on the screen
I
before.
can't tell what that is.
Neither can I.
Okay,
It's just a bunch of tubes and pipes and whatnot, that
okay,
have some
fair enough.
glowing stuff going to it. The other one is, here we go. We got, actually, this looks more realistic than what we just saw. This is
Oh,
a
okay,
guy out in the middle of the forest, a couple windmills, solar
okay,
panels on top. He's
okay.
got some racks or some things there for battery storage. This actually
That looks more real.
is a
It's more feasible.
this actually would I mean, it wouldn't work great because the windmills are underneath the solar panels, but it would still work better than what we just seen.
Right.
So,
Exactly. You're saying
all
the
right,
Japanese couldn't
we
figure
have
this
a
out. I don't know. We do have a main topic though.
yeah. I'm thinking. I think a Japanese school kid of about 2 could figure this. Oh, they're not in school at 2. Well, maybe they are. I don't know.
I mean, it's
What
Japan.
time
They're
they are.
probably in school at
I'm going to
2.
say 5. I'm going to say 5-year-old in Japan could take one look at that and go, "Oh, funny AI picture." Right?
Stupid
This is how this
stupid
is going to be.
Americans. Yes.
Yeah. So the crazy Chinese make a French make a French airplane, huh?
All
Yes.
right. So we do have
Oh
a main
no.
topic
Anyway,
though.
Yeah, we do. Let's get on to that. We can make fun of the French while we're doing that too.
And we probably will, as we should. So today
Yes.
is so since since today's show is brought to you by Flashpoint Safety Systems, a true startup, a true original startup with original products that the world has never seen before, which is a rare enough thing.
Actual
Um,
innovation.
Actual innovation, so much so that it's hard to even categorize them because there's no analog on the market for what we produce. Um, I'm neck deep in startup thinking, funding, getting this company going, and that got me thinking. What are the things that kill startups? So today's topic is the 10 mistakes that absolutely kill startups. When you're
Okay,
starting a business
before
from
we get on
scratch,
here,
go ahead.
does pissed off wife make an appearance on this list?
That should be number one. It does not, but that should be number one. Pissed off wife
Okay.
who's just had enough of your shenanigans. That I guarantee there are more billion-dollar unicorn ideas out there that have just gone to dust to nowhere because the dude who thought of it, his wife was like, "No, you're not doing this. You're not
Yeah.
spending our you're not spending your savings account on this dumbass idea." He could have been the next Jeff Bezos. He could
What
have been
was
the next Zark Zuckerberg, but the pissed off wife took precedent.
your wife needs to be supportive as a West's wife,
She's
and she
abnormally
also needs to be
yes.
supportive as the wife out of the movie Gremlins,
The wife out of the
where the
movie.
guy's like this inventor and
Okay,
he's got the travel buddy with the toothbrush that pops out and it squirts the
okay,
toothpaste
yeah,
on it,
yeah.
and
I don't
it's
remember
just
the
some of the
wife of all the
dumbest
people in that
things.
movie. I don't remember the wife.
Well, she kinda supported him, and she's using all of his gadgets in the kitchen and whatnot that are just
Hmm.
making a ruckus, and they're absolutely terrible,
Okay,
but, that's the level of support you need. So,
right.
that's number 1.
Yeah.
That's number
So
1, but that's
so
not on
I
the
will
list, so
admit
let's get into your actual list.
I will admit that my current wife
Go
is
ahead.
abnormally supportive, and thank goodness because holy moly, most people would have kicked me to the curb a long time ago. All right, so 90% of all startups fail. 90%. That's a lot, and there's a lot of reasons why that can happen. So let's dig into the top 10 reasons why that can happen.
For those of you who went to public school, that's just a little bit higher than 89%.
Slightly, only slightly higher than 89%, unless
Yes.
you start looking at fractions and whatnot, in which case it's an infinite difference. But aside from that, all right, number one.
Yeah,
Number
there
one
is
is
an
one that we've
infinite
talked about
amount
a
of
lot.
numbers in between 89 and 90.
There are infinite numbers between 89 and 90.
Yes.
I'm
Yes, there
just
is.
saying,
All right.
if you
All
want to
right.
get
Jimmy,
technical.
Chris, man, we are really easy to get nerded out and taken off. We are ADHD, but autism is the nerd version.
Oh, we're definitely on some sort of a spectrum, guaranteed.
Oh, yes.
All
Yes.
right. Number one
Indeed.
is one that we've talked a lot about, is a niche, a marginal niche
Oh,
can
yes.
destroy a startup. Marginal niche, what does that mean? You need to avoid
Marginal.
small, obscure niches. Now, we've done lots of shows on you need to niche down. You need to find your
Niche
target
down. Yeah. We've said it.
niche. But
But
you can take
but
it too far.
you don't start up a company that's going to cost you $500 million to get in the trombone and trumpet oil business that has a global footprint of
Like 12 people.
$6 million a year,
Right,
right? I mean,
exactly. You don't want a
and
niche
I'm
so
being
small.
extremely generous. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want a niche so small that like, 5 people know who you are. Yeah, you're a rock star to
Yeah.
those 5 people, but like, I mean, you're not gonna make a living doing that. You need a niche that's broad
Yeah.
enough that you have a decent audience, but at the same time, you're speaking to a specific audience. So a marginal niche, a very, very abnormally small niche, can absolutely kill a startup. Because how often do people have this idea? Yeah, they have $1 million idea. It's a great idea. Nobody's ever done it before. But nobody cares. You care because it's your passion. Of course, and you should care because it's
Yeah.
your passion. Nobody else cares. That's why market
Yeah.
research is important. You need to take care of your niche and pick a good one. All right, number
Yeah.
2. Number 2 is derivative ideas. That's a real problem. We saw a lot of that at CES, David.
Oh my Lord.
How many
So
different
many.
robot lawnmowers did we see at CES? Some of them even got innovation awards.
So many. So many of them, and well, there was the ones that you seen. There were two that won award, one like the same group of awards. There were
Yeah.
two birdhouses with webcams on them.
Right. CES Innovation Awards. These are supposed to be reserved for like the most innovative of the most innovative. And right next to each other, there were two, count them two, hummingbird feeders
Yeah.
with cameras on them.
Oh, do they have AI? They got
Probably,
AI.
probably.
Yeah,
But
they
like,
got AI. When a birdie
how is
come
that?
by,
They're,
we
they're
go
right next to each
AI.
other. There's two identical ones right next to each other. How is that innovative?
Yeah, it's not innovative.
So
And you know
derivative
what you
idea.
need? You don't even need the red food coloring. You don't even need the red food. It's just sugar water. Put some sugar water in a styrofoam cup and hang it outside. Put it outside your door. You're gonna get hummingbirds, and just sit inside and watch, or just sit on the porch and watch. Just don't try to catch a hummingbird. They'll come. You did what?
They'll
Why
come to
we
you.
don't need. It's not innovative.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
But
innovative.
derivative ideas is
Now,
the number
if
two thing on this list. Go
oh
ahead.
yeah, yeah, I would say if they had a birdhouse that attracted blue-footed boobies, then I would probably buy that one
I mean,
because
everybody loves
that's
a booby.
cool. Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what that's what Tata's the owner of Jaguar is missing out on. Maybe they need to invest in that company that's trying to bring back extinct animals,
Yes.
and Tata's could bring back the boobies.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
just
that'd be a good
saying.
idea.
I'm just saying.
There there are other companies out there that can fully support them.
Fully support you, and you want good support when you have that type of a product. And you know what? Tech. And here's
Yes.
the thing: they could bring them back to such an extent they could actually sell canned boobies. And when life, when you're in that situation in life, you got to take life by the cans
Yes,
and
indeed.
embrace the boobies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they eat anything crazy, just some melons.
Exactly. And they're part of the bird family. I mean, maybe they could integrate well with local owl populations, in which case Hooters could make a massive comeback.
Yeah, they could make a comeback. You could carry their food in jugs.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. Anyway,
I
derivative
was like,
idea.
I am not going to be the guy that this goes out on. I am not going to be the one that kills this. I'm going to keep it going. How long can we keep this up?
Oh, it
Turned
could
out
only get
jugs.
darker.
Jugs was the end of it.
It could only get darker. There's no more. It would stay fun for a while before you're like, oh, this is getting inappropriate. All right.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we're just out here jumbling along.
Sometimes you just get the feeling you're overwhelmed. You just have to go to get it out of there.
That's right. That's right.
All right,
Speaking of which, I was actually looking at boats on the Facebook Marketplace the other day.
where are you now?
Oh,
The motor kind?
oh, yeah, yeah, it was a
Yeah.
motorboat. No, yeah, funny you should guess that.
All right, so derivative ideas.
Oh,
Derivative
so wait a
ideas.
minute. Let's go back because I think any idea or concept, the social concept of a agenda has been lost on our viewers. So let's go back. These are the top 10 things that can sink a startup. One of them is going so far off the rails talking about boobs that that you lose track and you got to restate what you're actually doing tonight.
It's true.
So number one was
Top 10 mistakes that kill startups. Number one was marginal a niche that's too small.
marginal
You
niche. Yeah,
need to appeal to a
yeah.
large enough audience that you're going to be able to pull a profit. If there's only 10 people in the entire world that care about you, unless they're willing to, actually pay up, it's not going to be a profitable endeavor for you. So number one was marginal niche. Number two was derivative ideas, which for some reason led
And
into other ideas.
well, it got us into the bird feeders
The
and the
bird
bird
feeders
feeders
and
and the yeah. So
yeah.
and the train of thought just went it left the station and was like choo choo.
This is what happens when David's on cold medicine and I'm on tin cup from a Blanton's bottle. All right.
Yeah, I'm on cold medicine, whiskey, and and the nasal spray stuff. So
Yeah, a little
I'm
purple
gonna
drink
sleep
is
well
good for
tonight.
you. So
Hey, I
have a
love purple drink. No,
so
don't knock
number
purple
two is
drink. That's
derivative
my
ideas.
favorite.
Number two is derivative ideas. Just have an original idea. It's really hard and it's becoming more and more difficult. But the more
Yeah.
original your idea can be, even if it's a different take on something that already exists, try and be original. You don't want to be another one of those companies on Amazon selling the exact same thing that is on 50 other listings, and that's really, really
Yeah.
common. So number three is obstinacy. Obstinacy. That's a word we don't hear very often. I was reading my dictionary, my thesaurus toilet paper. Um, Flexibility is key. So a lot of startups started as a lot of really successful startups started as something else. Uh, but guess what? Times change, demands change for the products. They have to pivot. You need to be able to pivot. Obstinacy is number three because very few companies can pivot. They have this idea. Founders get this idea in their head. This is the thing they love. This is what they want to build. This is what it must be. And a lot of
Yep.
times that's to their detriment. They don't know how to pivot the idea. YouTube
Yeah.
started as a dating app. People don't realize that.
Hello, my name's David, and I'm looking for love in all the wrong places.
He's looking for blue-footed boobies in all the wrong places.
I don't know if the wife is watching tonight or not, so I can get away with saying a little bit more dumb stuff.
There you
Because
go.
while she loves me and she watches the show live, if she doesn't watch it live, she's out cruising the Caribbean right now. So if she's not watching right now, that means she's not going to go back and watch it.
Is she actually in the Caribbean
So I
right
can
now?
say, well, Bahamas right now. She's down in the Bahamas. I don't know, somewhere on the water
I
doing a
feel bad
cruise.
for her.
Yeah, it's
I
rough
feel
life.
genuinely feel bad for her.
So years ago on this very show on a night much like tonight because we're podcasting right live, we actually talked about a guy who opened up his channel. I think kind of be a men's channel,
Mhm.
and he found that he started looking at the data that his viewers were giving him, basically the
Right.
metrics, and he found that when he was talking about hair loss,
Yeah.
those shows did exceedingly well.
Oh, he went from a
Now,
couple hundred views on his normal videos, if not sub 100 views on his normal videos, to
yeah,
thousands, like thousands, multiple thousands
hundreds and
on
hundreds
those
of thou I
shows.
mean, very tons of them. And, and then he would go back. He would go back to his regular stuff, and then he would see a big, huge drop off.
Right.
And then he'd go back to the hair, and they would spike again, and boom, just blow him up. So eventually, he learned to follow the algorithm, follow basically, follow the money,
That's it.
and he adapted his what he thought was going to be in his niche. Inside of that was a more powerful niche that he was able to follow, listening to the data, the analytics that was coming back
Mhm.
to him. Excuse me. It was I don't want to call it an instant feedback loop, but it was a rather quick feedback loop.
Oh, yeah.
He got that data really rather quick. Um, in ways that even the 90s,
Right.
that television shows would have absolutely killed to get that level of analytics back that quickly.
Oh, yeah. And
So I mean, yeah, and he followed your advice right there.
that's it. And it may not have been his passion to have his YouTube channel about hair loss and that sort of a those sorts of products for men. But guess what? If he didn't pivot, he'd still be getting a couple hundred views here and maybe 10 or 15 views there. So, like I mentioned earlier, YouTube started as a dating app. Lots of these things started as lots of really big companies started as different iterations of themselves. Amazon started
Look
as a
at
used
Amazon.
bookstore.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Amazon is a great example of that.
and even in the short
Although
term,
this
go ahead.
channel, we don't listen to any analytics. We don't do shit. We're doing what we do, and that's it.
But even pivoting
Uh,
in the short term, though, I mean, we all saw it in 2020 during the pandemic, right? Companies who couldn't make appropriate changes, they went out of business. We used to do our show live from a local restaurant, and we gave this guy golden ideas. He refused to follow any of them. He went out of business. But there's
yeah.
where was the pizzeria? Was it New York? There's a pizzeria that they weren't allowed to stay open during the pandemic. They had to close down. But they wanted to keep their employees employed. They wanted to keep making money. So what did they do? They repurposed their pizza ovens to make PPE. They actually used the pizza ovens to shape pieces of plexiglass into face shields so they could not only stay open, they continue to make profits. I think they're actually still making face shields in a real facility. But can you imagine people who use those pizza oven face shields, how good that smelled like all day long,
Oh my lord.
right?
So I have a cousin down in Georgia. Down in Georgia.
Sounds like the opening of a country
And
song.
yes, down in Georgia.
I got a cousin
And
down in
we
Georgia.
we picked her up one night from she was working at a pizza shop. And we she gets in the car and I'm just like,
Can I sniff you?
well, that would have been weird.
I mean,
But
it is Georgia and it is your cousin. I'm
but
just
yes.
saying.
Anyway, um, anyway,
Please.
I had
Yes.
Noah.
Yeah.
No, I'd already had Noah. Noah's been around for a while, and he's getting older. And I made the decision right then and there that he was going to work at a pizza shop because
Sure.
I wanted that smell. I wanted that smell coming back home. Like, but then I ended up here in New York before, and the idea, the concept of New York pizza is great. If you want a New York style pizza, just get it anywhere but New York, because New
Well,
York
sure.
pizza is not very good.
And that's one thing I
Is
do
it not?
regret not having New York style pizza when I was in NYC. Next time I'm there, I have to get
Yeah,
it. Even if it's not that good, I still have to have it just to say I had it.
it's nothing. Yeah,
Uh,
we'll do it. We'll do it, and
it's like Chicago style
I'll look up.
pizza. It's like so Chicago
Yeah,
style pizza is great if you're hungry for lasagna. It's not great if you're hungry for
yes.
pizza. But when
No.
I was in Chicago, I had the best Chicago style pizza there was. At least I was told it was the best, and
Ah,
it was a great lasagna.
yep, wonderful lasagna. You didn't have a bowel movement for a week until you, ate the celery.
Exactly. Toothbrush for the colon,
Alright,
but obstinacy is number three. You
obstinacy.
need to
Okay,
be flexible. You need to
first of
pivot.
all, I where did you get the word obstinacy from? I mean, because that's just not one that comes up in daily conversation
Well,
among
the,
the
the the
gentry.
the phraseology that I bring to my daily lexicon is rather extensive, David. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm well aware. I got that part of it. I can pull the odd nugget out from here to there. The other day, I told him it's been in. Somebody asked me how long I've worked for the company I work for, and I was like, "Well, damn near a lustrum." And they just, I'm sorry, what was that? I was like, "Almost a lustrum,"
Almost a
and
lustrum.
I didn't give any
How
examples of
many
what.
people like tried
Now
to pretend like they knew what you were talking about? Like, oh yeah,
I didn't even think about. I didn't think to look at that to see if anybody would get it. It's like how many people are like, "Oh yeah, a lustrum, yeah." What
of
the
course a
fuck
lustrum.
is a
In the
lustrum?
meantime, they're like,
What is
what's a lustrum?
Googling up? Yeah, hey, ChatGPT, what the fuck is a lustrum?
Right.
So
It sounds like
but
some weird medication that's going to give me explosive diarrhea. But what's a lustrum?
yes, yeah, it's 5 years by the way.
There you go.
Um, but yeah, I just it's
Well, so
such a obscure.
you've known me for a while. Can
A
you
little bit of
imagine
time.
that anybody may have told me at some point in my past that I am obstinate?
Oh, never mind. We're good.
I
I got
mean,
it.
it's a word that I'm
No,
fairly familiar with.
it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. You're good. The math is hardcore mathing.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
It's look, and that's something that I do struggle with is the ability to flex and be less obstinate than I want to be. I like to hold the line. I like to be like, this is it. Nothing's budging me until I learn a hard truth or two, and then it takes me a couple days to get around it, and then I pivot, and it all works out well. And I should have listened in the first place, but I'm so obstinate that it doesn't always work out that way.
It's Jean-Luc Picard. We must draw the line in the sand
Oh,
here,
I love lines in
no
sand. I
further.
do. I love lines in sand. I draw lots of lines in lots of bits of sand, and then I quickly have
Yeah.
to pretend like I didn't. But you need to
Then I
be
play
less
jump
obstinate.
rope. Then I play jump rope with that motherfucking line is what I do.
You do. You do. So I learned a lot from you, and that's why we work well together, David. But number
Yes.
three is obstinacy. That is number three on why the 10 things that
Obstinacy.
kill startups. Number four is launching too late. In case it wasn't obvious,
Oh,
uh,
we say this all the damn time.
delayed launches can
All the time.
hinder feedback and progress. Look, You need to start before you think you're ready. If you're waiting until you're ready to start, you're never going to start. It's just like they say about having kids. If you wait until
Yeah.
you think you're ready to have kids, you're 95 and it's all over anyway. You need to start before you think you're
Yeah.
ready, because I forget who it was that said, if you're not incredibly
Embarrassed or
embarrassed by the first
ashamed.
iteration of your product, you started too late. You need
You
to
started
start
too late.
early,
Yeah.
get the data early, and use that feedback to pivot to where
Yeah.
you need to be successful.
Yeah, that's free data.
Yeah,
That's free data. Very low impact, very low negative impact, super high positive impact. And that's that feedback. And we were talking about the instant feedback loop. It's not quite, again, it's not quite an instant feedback loop, but it does give you enough data back that you can start crafting and sculpting and things um, that you need to go with. So
yeah,
yes, don't start too late. Don't start too late. If you ever, this goes for anybody out there, if you ever need somebody that's going to be flat out behind you and supporting for you, rooting for you, give me a call, bud. Give me a
that's it.
call. I don't care who you are, what you're doing. Well, I do care what you're doing.
To a degree, I mean, there are
Is
limits.
yeah, there are some limits, but I had somebody ask me the other day. They was talking to me, and they were like, "Well, what if they make a lot of money with X, Y, Z?" And said, "I'm going to be ecstatic. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm going to be thrilled. I'm going to be over the freaking moon for my bros doing good stuff."
That's it.
And it was a concept. It was a little harder for some other people to understand it. If you need a person, find a person, find a person. And if you can't find a person, call me. Call me. I mean, my name's on the screen here somewhere. Just look me up, ping me, like, hey, I need somebody to bounce some ideas off and root me on. Pff, got it. Let's go. And I give great advice. Ask the guy on the other side of the screen.
It's
I'm the
true.
advice.
I hate to admit it, but David does actually give really good advice from time to time. Uh, More often than not, I'll even admit. But yeah, that's it. You need to find somebody who supports you, who on one hand is brutally honest and tells you when you're being a complete and total dipshit, but also at the same time says, "Hey, that's kind of a crazy idea, but it's just
I
crazy
love
enough
it.
to work. Let's make it happen." So you need
Crazy
that.
like Fox.
Yeah, you need that in your life. So launching too late is number 4. Launching too
Yeah, don't
early
launch me.
is number 5. Ah, so counterintuitive.
Man,
So here's the thing.
I would have separated those by some distance, man.
It is a balancing act. It's a balancing act. So here's the thing. Look, launch before you're ready, but at the same time, keep in mind launching with a subpar product can damage your reputation. And here's a prime example,
Yeah.
David. Here's a prime example. Um, do you remember reading about Donut Labs at CES this year? Donut
No.
Labs, they have the solid state battery. So the solid state
Oh,
battery that
I've seen that.
everybody's talking about is going to change the world, and it's getting all this press, and they're getting literally billions of dollars investment. They're being called a unicorn, and here's the problem: people are looking into the history of the founder of this company, and literally just a couple months before the launch of Donut Labs, this guy claims to have created the world's first super intelligent computer, super intelligent AI that is faster and smarter than any human could ever hope to be. Um, he claims to have invented this. Now, nobody's ever seen it before, mind you. But just a couple months later, he launches Donut Labs that now claims to have created the world's first solid state battery that charges in less than 5 minutes, it can power an EV for over 300 miles, and is absolutely 100% impossible to catch fire because it's completely solid state. I'm just saying, launching too early can also be a bad thing because launching with a subpar product can be a problem. That can be up to your reputation. It can be up to subpar products
Yeah.
that kill your reputation. Um,
But if you're looking to scam people out of billions, it's a great fucking idea.
right. I'm just saying.
Which is which is what I think this guy's probably doing.
Ooh.
I mean,
Well, so yeah, we could actually do a
all
whole
signs
show on
point,
just
let's
his
shake the
product.
8 ball on that, because that guy's probably shaking an 8 ball, but of a different kind as well.
Exactly, exactly. So launching too late was number 4. Launching too early is number 5. It's a delicate balance, and it's hard to know when that balance is strucken. But when you strike the balance, you know when you're there. You
Oh,
need
wait a minute, mister, I bring a higher level of vernacular to any Oasis activities that I may partake upon. Stricken, stricken,
Stricken?
striker.
I think it's stricken. I think it's stricken. I'm gonna go with stricken. It's kinda like how the past tense phrase for slingshot is slingshat. It's a real thing. I'm gonna make it a real thing.
Oh, that's
Like,
actually
you know, when
that is motivational gold.
right,
That is motivational poster gold.
like in science fiction, when the spaceship needs to travel back in time, they slingshot around the sun. In past tense form, especially if they're traveling through time, they slingshat around the sun.
Did they just slingshot? How
Oh,
did they
they
do that? Oh,
slingshot.
they slingshot. They
They
slingshot, sir.
slingshot the hell out of that thing.
Scotty, Scotty, are we able to be slingshotted today?
Exactly. All right.
Oh, I love it.
So it's
Good
delicate
stuff.
balance. Number 6, though, is having no specific user in mind. David, have we ever mentioned
Oh,
audiences and speaking to specific audiences? We may have brought that up once or twice. Understanding
oh,
your
man.
avatar, even your
Oh.
ideal customer.
I'll tell you, it's been a couple weeks since we've talked about avatars,
It has
and
been.
I'll tell you, I've been twitching. I really have been twitching. Every one that goes by, which for a while it did not happen. I mean, there was years where there was not an episode that we did not talk about your customer avatar, your customer profiles, understanding who you're speaking to, who you're trying to reach, what message is going to resonate, and what's going to give you the best yield or best return. That is so so very important.
Right.
In my professional life, I'm dealing with a couple of other things, and I'm just sitting here like, we're not selling XYZ to ourselves. You're trying to position this as if we're the buyer, but we're not the one. We're bringing the product. They're bringing the money. How about we start looking at it from their perspective?
Right.
Because they're the ones bringing the money to the table. We need to create customer avatars. Now, it's very specific. I talked to our marketing people, and they're like, "Hey, we use the word profiles. We would appreciate it if you used the word profiles as well." So I've got into the habit of saying,
It's the same thing.
customer
Customer
or
profile, customer avatar. It's
yeah.
different words for the same thing.
I love avatar. It's so much better. It's so much more impactful.
Right.
Um, but yeah, you need to know who the hell you are speaking with. Period. That's this is a non-negotiable. This is a absolute non-negotiable. You have to know who you are speaking to. If you don't, you're lost already.
Right. If you're trying
You're
to sell your
lost.
product, your startup to everyone, you're effectively selling to no one. You are
Yeah.
speaking to a specific audience. And here's the thing, look, maybe your product is for everybody. Who's the ideal customer? Who is the ideal person who's going to be buying it? Yeah, it might be for everybody in the long run. That's fine. But you're telling me that Apple doesn't have a customer profile for their ideal iPhone purchaser? Yeah, everybody has an iPhone, but I guarantee you they have customer profiles built on exactly who they're speaking to, how they're selling to
Oh
them,
yeah.
exactly down to the letter. Yeah, a grandma's going to have an iPhone, and a frat boy's going to have an iPhone, and a 12-year-old girl's going to have an iPhone, and a 16-year-old football player jock is going to have an iPhone. You're going to have very different voices for all of those people when you speak to them. But at the same time, I promise you, Apple has specific customer avatars built for exactly their ideal customer that will buy the iPhone. So if Apple can do it with the iPhone, I promise you can do it with whatever thingamabob or doohickey you're building. So number 6, having no specific user in mind is one of the lead killers of startups. Number 7, raising too little money. I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory.
That's a tough
Funding,
one. Yeah.
yeah, funding extends startups' runway. It helps do lots of things like go into production, like do pre-production, do design, do marketing. Raising too little money is you don't raise money, you can't move forward. The whole thing goes bust. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I don't think we have too much to expound on that. But I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I should have these next to each other. Raising too much money, on the other hand, can also be a killer. It sounds counterintuitive. So excess funds can lead to a loss of focus and agility. Here's the thing. So there's a couple different reasons why raising too much money can also be a problem. One, it can lead to a sluggish behavior within the company. You don't feel the urgency. You don't feel the need to create and innovate and pivot the way you need to. It leads to poor culture within the company, which in the end can be detrimental. But also, when you get into things like raising funding through a VC, when you raise too much money, that means you need to meet the expectations of the investors to be worth that much money. And your next round of funding, if investors view this round of funding as not being worth their while to move forward, guess what? Your next round of funding is not going to come through. You're not going to get another round of funding, and you just tanked your entire company. You have nothing left. Now, chances are maybe you have enough equity built up within the company to scratch your way back if you're really scrappy. But if you're going the VC route, venture capitalist route, and you raise too much money, you can very easily sink your company overnight. That's a really big problem. It's a little more technical when you get to that level, but raising too much can be just as detrimental as raising too little, just on a different side of the coin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I, I'm it's I'm gonna throw this out there. If you have to err one way or the other,
you want to raise too
err
much,
with
right?
raising way too
You want to
much.
raise too much and then be
Raise too
frugal
much.
and then deliver on what you promise. Obviously, raising too much money. I wish I had that problem. That'd be a fantastic problem to have.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it can be a problem, and it's one that a lot of startups do actually run into. You hear about this next big thing that's these giant startups, these unicorns that come out of nowhere, and then guess what? A few months later, you never hear the name again. It happens all the time in the tech world,
Yeah.
um, and that's part of the
Yeah,
problem.
especially I mean, let's look at how many people are pumping money into donut right now.
Oh,
And
I
then let's go
guarantee
back
it.
in 6 months and see how many people are happy with their donut investment.
Right. All these guys who are not super tech savvy, but they're investing in Donut because it's the next big thing, and they're giving Donut, hundreds of millions of dollars. And then it comes out that Donut didn't actually invent a battery, but instead invented a new type of, or just republished the same old uh, um, supercapacitor instead of a battery.
There's a company Yeah, there's a company in Columbus, Ohio called Nexceris, and they're working on solid state battery technology.
Mhm.
And I had a straight ask and answered question. How far are we?
10 to
And they
15 years.
straight this is from the people who are probably one of the leading people in this field, 10 to 15 years. And they stopped dead in their tracks. They looked at me and said, David, it's been 10 to 15 years for 10 to 15 years. Again, I've said this multiple times when people talk about power sources. Hey, you can use hot sand, or this technology or that technology. Like, yes, there is a positive charge when you do the math.
Mhm.
You do get a positive charge. You cannot scale that. It's so impractical to try to scale it. Picture the size of a computer that is, this computer that's in my hand right now. This would not be a room in a building. This would be multiple buildings
Oh yeah.
large.
Oh yeah.
That's how powerful this is back then. We've got some time to go before we get there.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually, but it might be within our lifetime. That's all I can say.
Well, I mean, we hope to see it. We hope to see advancement. That's the goal, is to advance.
And that's it. And that's
Um,
it. Look, I
I mean,
genuinely,
I don't
yeah,
think we're gonna get Dyson sphere level during our lifetime, but the goal is to advance.
right, exactly, and that's the thing. So I'm
That's
not sure
not
how
a
we got from
vacuum cleaner
raising
for
too much
those.
money. I think we were talking about donut, but raising too much money can be a problem.
Yeah, yeah. So that's not a vacuum cleaner for those out there in Rio Linda.
There you go.
Um,
Hey, David, you know what we should do
uh,
next week? I want to do this. I want to do a Deffing Lavingwell, David Leffingwell um, analysis of all of the current solid state battery technologies. I want to come at you with graphene batteries. I want to come at you with sodium ion. I want to come at you with Donut Labs, whatever they happen to
Sodium,
have, which is
sodium,
a supercapacitor.
sodium, sodium's good.
Yeah,
Sodium's
it
good, but
is.
it doesn't have the energy density.
So next week we're gonna have a
Sodium's a
whole
good
show
battery, it doesn't have the energy density.
where you break down your thoughts on the different solid state
Okay.
technologies. We're going to talk about this
Okay,
next week. Prepare.
so here's the bottom line. Normally, I get the show notes. I get the show during, like, even today. I got the show notes today. Now, could I have not sat and eaten my dinner and watched a TV show and read the actual full tilt agenda from bullet point to bullet point? I could have. I looked it over. I was like, oh, I think I can handle this. For that, I'm going to need to know exact, because I'm going to have to be able to back it up.
All right. So
And I
next week,
can, in 90% of the times, I'm gonna be able to just do it off the hip. But,
all
if we're
right.
gonna
So
get specifics, then I wanna be specific.
I'll send this to you early. I'll send you what we have early. I want to get your thoughts on the different solid state technologies, and maybe I'll even republish it on Flashpoint's social media. The official
Yeah,
take
yeah.
on solid state batteries from the one and only David Leffingwell. All right. So
The one
uh,
and only.
number
The
nine
world
is
renowned.
number nine killer of startups is spending too much money. And that's easy to do. So here's the thing. When a
Ugh.
startup raises money, they got to have a big bank account full of money. Hopefully it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not in some cases millions of dollars. That wasn't my problem, but some people do have that problem. It's really easy to spend money when it's not your money. You see a lot of these tech startups with these great, amazing offices with video games and couches and ping pong tables, and you know, they'll have chefs come in and make lunch for everybody and free this and that, and they're taking these lavish vacations. In the meantime, that money was actually should be allocated to product development, to sales, to marketing. It's really easy to spend somebody else's money. So spending too much money, it sounds like it should be common sense. Unfortunately, in the tech world, it's uh, it's very very common to spend way too much money.
Oh, this is tough on me because I come from the world of sales, and my Uber bill alone would shock most people into
Right, but your Uber
silence.
bill, you're actually using Uber for the most part for business purposes. You're taking clients to
Yeah.
dinner. You're going back and forth to the hotel. You're
It's
not.
no,
What's
yeah, I'm
that?
not frivolous. I'm not frivolous. I'm not
Right.
frivolous with it.
You're not
So,
buying a sleeping
I
pod,
would
you know.
no, exactly, exactly. So, I don't take any clients to sporting events. I
Right.
don't,
You're not taking clients to the
do
Super Bowl.
concerts. Yeah, I don't do any of that. If you wanna go to sporting events, you've gotta do it in Atlanta because we have a box down there that doesn't cost me any extra.
Right.
So I could just schedule it and like, hey, let's go there. Let's do the Braves and a couple other. I think they've got a couple other things. Like I think there's another team down there too. Maybe basketball. I don't even know. There's a football team in Atlanta, right? I don't know. We got boxes down in Atlanta, and then we got boxes in I think in Charlotte as well. But for me, I've got other people that take their customers and they're like, oh, I went to this game or that game. I'm not doing that.
But treating customers is
I
slightly different because, again, even when you do take a customer to, let's say you did take a customer to the Super Bowl, chances are you're taking them to the Super Bowl because you're expecting that in return for
yes.
patronage.
ROI.
It's about the ROI, right? But for a startup, right? For a startup who
Yeah, for a startup,
has sleeping pods and giant screen TVs and takes their entire team to Fiji, like you could spend that
yeah.
money better than
No,
you currently are.
I would absolutely. I mean, there's the small addendum to this is I would say spending money wisely, and
Well, yeah, and that's just it.
it's probably inferred. It's probably inferred in this situation. Um, but it's so I am never a fan of I take the that's all, folks. Um, The Ford, holy crap. I don't know why I was like Gerald. I was like, Gerald, it's not Gerald, it's Henry. Henry Ford approach. And we've used this quote on the show here before. It's like a man who stops advertising to save money is likened unto the man who holds the hands of the clock to save time.
That's it.
And we will go into times like in my corporate business, in my corporate world, we'll go into times where like, hey, we do spending freeze, we do travel freeze, we do these things, right? And whenever we go into that, I change my signature block. You know how we have those quirky little sayings?
Right.
I put that as my quirky little
Good.
saying at the bottom of my
It's a
signature
great
block
quote, man.
for in for so just like, hey, you understand what you're doing is stupid, right?
Right.
Come on, man. Let's not a couple dinners and don't let a $1,000 dinner interrupt a five hundred
Multi-million dollar
thousand
deal.
dollars
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
multi-million-dollar deal or a multi-millions dollar, yeah, tens of millions of dollars of business. Because I'm not going to come back to this guy every $1,000,000. I'm going to do this. He's going to remember it. They're going to take care of me. I'm going to move on.
That's it.
We're going to shake the hands, kiss the babies. It's all done. $1,000 meal and
Right.
$10 million dollars over 5 years. Yeah, let's do that.
So you're right. So instead of saying spending too much money can be a killer, it should be spend your money wisely.
Asterisk, don't be a dumbass.
And that's
Because
the
I would
problem
agree.
right, and that's the
I
problem,
we've seen
especially in the
we've
tech
seen
world. So, these guys who found these companies, who invent this technology, they're coming from a very specific field, which is coding, which is being a nerd, which is, understanding technology. A lot of
being
these guys
replaced
aren't
by
coming
Grok.
from a business development world. They're not coming from a, financial stability world. They're coming from a, "Hey, I invented something super cool. I wanna be a billionaire. I feel like a billionaire because somebody just gave me a couple $1,000,000 to start this company. Hey, let's all go to Fiji." That happens all the time.
Yeah. So I googled where Fiji was. Was it Fiji? No, it
Yeah,
was
they have great
somewhere
water
else.
there.
Yeah, I so, that's a tangent. Let's I've done enough tangents tonight.
Alright. Alright, we
So
only
that
have
was
1
number
more left.
9.
We only have
So number
1 more
10.
left, David.
No.
Number 10,
Coming in at number 10.
and this is one that hopefully all startups get to experience, which is the last killer on the list is poor investor management. Poor investor management. So you need
Okay.
to balance. So when investors come in, and they should have feedback into your company, but it should be like advice and guidance. Unfortunately, in a lot of cases, they come in like a wrecking ball. They're Molly Cyrusing this whole thing up, and they'll tell you how to do things. They'll tell you
I
what you
don't
got to
get that
do.
reference.
Nobody really should, and
Oh,
they try and guide the business in ways they shouldn't. And you need to set those boundaries. You need to say, hey, this is what the company is. Yes, you need to pivot when appropriate, but at the same time, don't let somebody who doesn't understand the business guide the business. You need to work with your investor, pair with them, team with them. And that's one reason why finding the right investor is a good idea also. You need to find somebody you can actually work with, and won't somebody who won't try and overpower you. But when an investor comes in and they start making demands immediately, you must change this, you must change this, and it's bad for business. That's bad for business. That's a problem. So proper investor management is a real thing. People management, understanding how to speak with people, understanding how to make friends and influence people is a big thing. Too many people especially in the tech world, we're introverts. We like to sit at home and not leave the house for weeks at a time. I might be able to relate to that.
and get yelled at by your extrovert friends that are in sales.
So you need to learn how to speak with people and deal with people, especially when they get bossy. Uh, you know, Lose the obstinance of your self absorption. Stop, making demands back. Stop being inflexible, but at the same time, be able to communicate the vital importance of what you're doing to your investors, with your investors, because you're a team in the end. And when one side of that team overpowers the other, that's dangerous for business. That's nobody wins in that case. Did I say that correctly? I kind of
I
blended two of these together, but in the end, you need to work with your investors. Don't let them overpower you because they don't understand your business the way that you do. But it's also your job to educate them as to why you're doing what you're doing, and when
Yeah.
appropriate, do make some concessions while holding true to the business.
This will not resonate with everyone, but anybody who's in corporate business will understand this, that they need to be like accounting. Accounting should have their opinions, and accounting should provide you with data, and you should educate accounting as much as you can. You should never let them call themselves finance, because that just gives them a higher place in the market. You need to knock their asses back down, put them in the accounting box, because
Right.
that's what they are. Accountants do not run businesses. Accountants run accounting firms, and that's it. And accountants who run other businesses, we call those bankrupt,
Right,
and
exactly. Any
sold.
company that's run
Okay,
by accountants will be bankrupt. That's just a fact.
we'll be back unless your business is accounting.
Exactly. That's it.
Then great, then great. Now, um, it's good to take the advice. It's good to bring it in because it gives you a fresh perspective. It does. It's there's they are to be listened to, but they're also to be educated. You will also find that some investors, they don't care.
Right.
They don't care. And you need to find out where they're comfortable, where their comfort level is.
Mhm.
Because most of them are saying, I give this much dollars today in 18 months. And I use 18 months because that's my ROI. That's my break even point. If I'm not even in 18 months, it's probably not for me.
Right. That's it.
I give people 18 months. If I roll out a project, if I take on an initiative, if I say I'm going to launch this whole new thing, this new product, whatever my investment is, I expect to have a zero at 18 months.
That's it.
Now, if I'm ahead of that number, I'm kind of happy, but I also don't want to be too early on that return on investment, because that kind of typically goes and lowers your cogs, your cost of goods sold, which means your customer service is not where it's. There's a lot of math involved. Okay, but the bottom line is, you need to know who you're. Oh, I was ready to say get in bed with, because that's the common term. You need to understand who your investors are,
Right. And that's also, so we
and
do a whole show just
you
on
need to make
choosing the right
sure.
investor too.
Yes, yes, yes. It's understanding who your investor is, and making sure they are comfortable to their level, and just a little bit more.
That's it.
Never comfortable for them. They don't need to just be comfortable. They need to be comfortable, and then just a little bit more. You need to press them just a
Mhm.
little bit more. They need to have just a little bit more information than what they're truly asking for. And at
That's
that
it.
point, you're fine.
And that's
You're fine.
it.
That's
Exactly.
that is managing your investors.
Yeah. So people management is a big thing. So you know, all the math involved, like David said, but additionally, people skills count. You know, if you're so obstinate that you can't bend, no matter how much they push back, they're going to be unhappy. You're not going to have a good relationship with your investor. Uh, However, if you know you let them, if you're a pushover, you let them run the company, they're going to run it into the ground because, at the end of the day, your investor is an accountant, and all they care about is something called WIFM. What's in it for me? And
With
they're gonna run your that's a phrase I just heard from an investor today, actually. So that's
with them.
they're gonna run you into the ground. So it's a balancing act, and it's a relationship management, talent, a skill that you need to develop. So that's number 10, poor investor management, and those have been the top 10 mistakes that kill startups. And 90% of startups fail. So hopefully, Flashpoint Safety Systems is making right choices, and we are doing all the right things because man, we have literally a multi-billion-dollar idea if we do things correctly.
Oh my lord, what's on your all's roadmap blows my mind. It really does. I can't wait. It's a
You and me
change.
both.
It literally is a global. It really is a global impact. It's crazy.
Yeah, you and me both.
I
It's
can't I can't wait to I can't wait to see you guys up there, and to the point where I'm hosting this show alone because you're too damn busy.
that's that'd be
At
a good problem to
at
have.
which point we will shut this down and move on.
Right. The second we get, we're a billion-dollar company, this show will end. So I got to warn you guys
Yes.
now. Any day now. Any day.
Yes. Any moment. We could cut out in the middle of this. Although we could cut out just because of internet connection, or we pissed off the Japanese again.
Right, exactly. Any of those
We have not picked
reasons.
on the French near enough. Damn
It's
French.
true, we haven't. But so just to bring it
Cheese-eating
back to the
surrender
French,
monkeys. We can all
yeah.
see your screen now,
I know I'm trying to
your
change my
Gmail account.
screens, and I'm getting all these weird pop-ups coming up here. I can't choose the screen I need. There we go. Thanks, Ecan, you jerk. Celery.
That's the
Speaking of the
screen you wanna
French,
go to.
celery is the toothbrush for the colon, and as we all know, celery is at its very heart French. Look at his mustache. You know he's French, and he's enjoying
Yeah.
that way too much.
Oh, yeah. He
Les
says, "I like it this very much."
Sacre bleu, they called me the French tickler.
That's
That one caught you off guard, David. You okay?
yeah, that one. Yes, Your Honor. That one caught me by surprise.
Oh boy. Yeah.
The f the French chicken. Yeah, that one, yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
Let's
that was
let's
good.
see how
That was good
let's see how
stuff. It was good
Facebook
stuff right there.
transcribes that one.
Yeah.
Actually, the transcription froze. I'm not sure it liked that very much.
The French Chick-fil-A.
The French Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is not gonna be happy about that.
No, we're immediately getting cease and desist letters from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's gonna be like, I'm gonna look at him like, "Hey, you cease and desist all the stupid shit you're doing at your drive-through in restaurants, and I'll cease and desist and making for some reason Facebook think we're talking about French Chick-fil-A. I don't know why, but
Yeah, sorry, Chick-fil-A. I actually love your breakfast sandwiches. I think they're delicious. And thank you for not
they're
putting
okay.
celery on them because none of this looks good to me.
They're minorly acceptable. You're get okay. You have drive-throughs with speakers and stuff on them. Get rid of the people outside in the drive-through. They call they there's no value to them. Okay, you have a order from. And they, and then inside, put the orders in row, and then you're making chicken. When I order chicken, it shouldn't be a damn shock and like, oh, we're out of chicken. French Chick-fil-A. No,
Yeah, oh,
no,
we are
I
out
order
of
chicken
chicken.
because
Someone give him celery.
yeah, we're out of
Yes.
chicken. No. Why do I have to wait? I order it's the only thing on your effing menu.
I often thought that. So we eat, well, at least during the pandemic, we ate an abnormal amount of Canes. And during the pandemic, man, that
Okay.
Canes line, it wrapped around the building like 3 times. And I'm thinking to myself, you make literally 2 things. You make French fries
Chicken
and chicken fingers.
toast.
Now
Oh,
3 if you count the
oh,
toast. Okay, 3. You make 3 things.
I love the toast.
It should
Yeah.
not take that
Just make
long.
a lot more of them.
It shouldn't take that long
Agreed.
to make 3 things.
Agreed. Who is that? I hope he's not dead because I don't think he's dead. I mean, he might be. I don't know. Ralphie, I don't know. He's a big plus size comedian, and he's talking about. He's like he's in line, and he's like, I hate the people. I hate the people when I get in line, and they don't look at the menu until it's their turn. And they're like, I don't know what I want. Like,
Right.
bitch, you've been in line for 15 minutes. We're at KFC. They make chicken. They have chicken. Order some chicken. And that's me.
That's funny.
Like,
Yeah, it's true.
they order chicken. McDonald's, here's some great advice for you. Get rid of over half your menu. That'll solve a lot of problems.
Additionally, they have pictures on the screens for the people to press. They don't even have to read. They press the picture of what the people want. And it orders. I do have to admit, though, Wendy's has put AI into the drive-through thing, and I hate it. I hate the
Oh, I
AI
hate
at the
it.
drive-through. It's the worst. It's Wendy's. If you're watching, I know you are. AI in the drive-through is the worst.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not.
AI
It's
is
slow. It's not
AI.
responsive. It's not there yet. I get the idea. You're not being innovative, you're screwing up a
Yeah, Wendy's
process that was perfectly fine.
yeah, Wendy's is right around the corner from you. Their corporate office is literally right around the corner from you.
Yeah.
And if you need to know some names of the people, and I can even show you some back doors that are usually propped open to where you can sneak in, I can do
Thank
all
you
that
for
for
that.
you. Because I mean, I know that place very well. And it's up here, Wendy's is absolute garbage. The Wendy's I get up here versus the Wendy's I get in Ohio, night and day
Sure.
difference.
I believe it.
Night and day difference. There's a lot to be said for a Wendy's that's less than a half mile away from the corporate
From the
headquarters
corporate
that at
headquarters,
any
right.
time can have they can at any time have the corporate people come walking in. Those people are on the mark and they're great.
Right.
But when I walk up to them, I hear the AI voice, I'm like, "Hey, can you up that and then it forces the person inside to take over. I'm like, oh, thank you. Hey, I'll have a number six, no lettuce, no tomato, and
Right.
a junior bacon cheeseburger. We got some chicken nuggets for the girl over there, some fries, some cokes. Let's just make this happen. And if you ask for mustard, I don't know if you know this, but if you ask for mustard at a Wendy's now, like
Yeah.
we'll give you a paquette.
A
They will not
paquet.
put mustard on your burger.
Really? That's
They'll
weird.
give
Why
you a
not?
paquette.
I've never heard of this.
It's an it's an allergy, sir. It's an
Mustard
allergy.
allergy? That's not a real thing.
Mustard. I guess because it's a seed, maybe they're calling it a nut. I don't know. People are stupid these days,
I've
but they
literally
will
never
not
seen
put
anyone with a
mustard
mustard
on
allergy.
your sandwich.
Now,
Me neither.
my wife's family does have this weird aversion to foods that are yellow, which is completely psychosomatic, emphasis on the psycho. But I don't think it's an actual allergy.
Uh, ye,
I'm not even
ye,
joking.
ye.
Oh, you take mustard on my brother-in-law, he'll immediately start dry heaving. It's hilarious.
So Mike, I had the hoodie on earlier, Goalie Dads United hoodie on earlier. He's like, I do not do white condiments, blue cheese, ranch, mayo.
Those are all the
If it's
best
a
ones.
white
Those are the best ones.
well, I don't do blue cheese, but the other ones I would agree. But he won't do it. It's not his thing, and he also doesn't need hamburger. Doesn't
You
need
say
hamburger.
Mike?
Anyway, yeah, Mike doesn't eat hamburger.
I didn't. That's weird.
But that one I can understand more than the rest of it
Hamburger, I kind of
because
get
that's
because
more
it's the trash meat. I get it.
you can. So he probably watched what was it? The pink, slime, the
Oh, the
pink
pink slime
slime
thing. That was about
video.
the McNuggets, though.
Pink
That's McNuggets. Yeah, the
Well,
pink
no,
slime.
that's that because was it a pink slime? But they were using the meat right on the outside of the intestines, and everybody's like, I wouldn't eat that, I wouldn't eat that, I wouldn't eat that, and then they mix it in with some other hamburger and they put it through a grinder and it comes out looking just like everything else. And they're like, oh, I'm never eating meat again. I'm never eating ground beef again.
Look, I've had haggis. I will absolutely eat hamburger.
Yes. So,
Now,
where
have you ever
was I?
seen?
Where was I? I was in. Okay, this is for you. This is for you. You just said, "Have you seen?" So keep that in your mind so you can remember it so we can go back to it in a minute. But I was in Alaska. I went to an Irish pub on
In
your
Alaska.
behalf in
In
Alaska
Alaska.
because I mean there's an Irish pub in every city in the country,
Well, why
just in
wouldn't
case
there
you
be
don't
an
know.
Irish pub in Alaska? Sure. It's
Yeah,
all
there's an
it's all,
Irish pub in
all
Alaska. There's
Inuit
all
people
like
working there. Sure.
yeah, there's all these Finian people out there. They tried to rob me. They were gypsies. It was weird. Um, but I pissed off a lot of people right
You
there.
pissed off like two
Uh,
continents on that one. Yeah, go ahead.
that was great. It was great. It was good. That was hard work, but I made it happen. But no, I get up there and I'm like, hey, it's got what was that? The pie, shepherd's
The
pie,
shepherd's
the
pie. I
shepherd's
love a
pie that you
shepherd's
always
pie.
order. Yeah, they have this. It's a fucking big shepherd's pie, and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I got an Irish friend who would love this. I'll have the burger, please.
I'll have the hamburger, please. Yeah. I'll have the
Yes,
I'll have
give
the
me
the whale
anything but that.
I'll have the whale blubber, please. Yeah.
Yes, yes, please bring me the well penis, medium rare, please.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's rubbery
No,
if you
all
cook it
right.
too
So you were
long. It's not
saying,
good.
have you seen? And go ahead.
Well, you were talking about the hamburger meat and why some people oppose hamburgers, especially at fast food places.
Yes.
Not to mention your recent bout of food poisoning that you got from undercooked hamburger at CES.
Uh,
But have you
that was
seen?
bad. I have not had. Hold on a second. I have not had a couple good weeks with health. Because I went
Yeah,
immediately. I went from the food poisoning out at CES because of an
yeah.
undercooked hamburger to this the sinus infection, although
You've been
it
having
is
bad
feeling
luck, man.
quite good at the moment. I'm a little snotty, but outside of that, I'm good shape. Okay, go ahead.
The Bland's was
You're
helping.
getting
Have
well
you seen the
haggard.
studies? Have you seen the studies where people did DNA tests on McDonald's hamburgers and found that a certain abnormally high fraction of the DNA found in McDonald's hamburgers is human?
That sounds like a myth to me.
Look it up. I'm telling you, that's a real thing. People actually ran DNA tests on McDonald's
Yeah.
hamburgers and found that a large portion of the DNA found in McDonald's hamburgers, run on multiple tests from different McDonald's around the countries, is human DNA. I'm not
I would
saying it's
be
humans,
far I get your
but
I'm not
Soylent Green
saying
was
it's
a real
humans,
story. I'm not saying it's humans,
but
but it's
humans.
humans.
But it's humans. That's how you market that right
So
there.
now we're getting cease and
Um,
desist letters from Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. Good to know.
Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, and McDonald's, all of them are like, "Guys, please shut up." Taco Bell's over there like, "Please don't mention us. Please don't mention us. Please don't mention us."
Oh,
It's
I can
like,
talk about Taco
you're
Bell.
cool.
Yeah.
You're cool, Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell. I don't care
Um
that you can't legally call their meat meat, but man, it's delicious.
So that was, and that's where I was going to go with McDonald's. Like, I would be more shocked that it has actual meat in it, because Burger King, they always get a spike in sales when they do this. They do a comparison test, and it's from a marketing and branding and well, marketing standpoint. It's a genius move on them. They put a McDonald's burger and a Burger King burger up
Yeah,
side by side, and they show the Burger King burger getting moldy and decomposing.
right.
And some people may go, "Well, that's disgusting." But wait a minute. The McDonald's burger should also become moldy
You
and
you gotta ask, why
decomposing,
is that not decomposing?
but it doesn't. So what is actually in this burger and the
Yeah.
bun and all of the stuff that goes into this? How much like, you're talking about, "Oh, there's human DNA." I don't think there's much actual meat in
You don't think there's
general
actually much DNA in general in
in
there.
that, thing. It's probably the guy who sneezes like, "That's the most DNA." So, it's questionable. Now, to be fair, I had McDonald's for dinner tonight because I was lazy. My son just I said, "Hey, we had to fight with the daughter. I had to fight with the wife about meals. Whatever you say, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna send you money. You go get it. You come back.
Okay.
I don't have any say in the equation at all. Go." He's like, "All right, McDonald's." Like, "Here's my order." I texted to him. I got online. I transferred him money. Go get food. Done. So, yeah, even though I'm like, "Hey, this stuff is terrible," there's sometimes the McDonald's double cheeseburger is
Oh,
just
man. Sometimes it hits
finesse
the
that you
spot. I'm
can't
not
get.
opposed to it. I don't even
It
actually
is
care that
Harold.
much. Yeah, I don't even care that much that it's probably people. It's delicious. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
As long as you know
it's
going
the
in,
Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
that's
Like, you
oh, I
have that
love White
idea of
Castle. I
what
do
you
love White
want.
Castle.
So I don't, so I will never you will
So
never see me go to a White Castle. But it's when you have that idea of a specific thing that you
right.
want
That's
and
it.
nothing's gonna scratch that part of the brain until you get it, that's me. That's why I
Well,
still occasionally go get
so
McDonald's.
here's the problem with White Castle is first of all, their jalapeno cheeseburgers are next level. I'm telling you, David, next
And
time
the
I'm with
bang
you, next time we're hanging out, we're gonna get the White Castle jalapeno cheeseburgers. You're gonna change your mind. However, here's the caveat: you
Here's what I
can
heard. Here's what I
you
heard. "David, next time we're hanging out together, you're getting the shits."
that's exactly it. So here's the thing: you cannot have White Castle burgers and be around human beings within a couple hours later. You can't do it. I now that I'm married and I have kids, I rarely ever have White Castle because I can't be in the same house with human beings after I have White Castle. It's just not. It wouldn't be good for anybody. So that's the problem with White Castle. They're delicious, but you're going to pay for it later, or at least people around you will pay for it later. So as long as you and I are in different sleeping quarters away from other human beings, we will 100% get White Castle jalapeno cheeseburgers, and you will thank me for it until the next day. In which case, you probably should have some celery because, as we all know, celery is nature's toothbrush for your colon.
Man, I gotta tell you, so I don't know if you guys know this. Uh, I introduced Wes to this a handful of weeks ago,
All right, do you regret it yet?
and I believe he has put it in the show every single week.
Every opportunity.
So, in order to stop him, I might introduce him to the Pickaninny Freeze advertisements
I don't know that one. Picking any freeze.
because there's no way in hell this guy has the testicular fortitude to put up on the screen I think it's the 50s advertisement. Now, you think this one's bad, the 50s advertisement for Pickaninny Freeze. Now,
Oh yeah, I'm not putting that on the screen. No, that's not good.
I didn't think you would.
No, we're not doing that at all. Nope.
Oh, I'm dying up here.
No,
I'm dying up here.
we're going celery is nature's colon toothbrush every
And
day of the week.
celery?
We're not doing the picking any
No, no
freeze at all.
Pickaninny Freeze?
No.
No, I love the Pickaninny Freeze. There used to
All
be
right.
a pizza shop. I learned
You want
about it
that T-shirt,
because there used
David?
to be a
Do
pizza
you want to
shop.
wear that T-shirt in New
No.
York on your birthday, or Vegas on
So
your birthday?
no, so you make me. You already told me that you're going to make me the celery one. Guess what T-shirt you're going to be wearing?
The picking any freeze. No, Irishmen cannot wear that. There's not. I have no melanin to back up whatever's happening on that ad. It's not.
Oh, it's gonna be
Not, it
great.
wouldn't be good for anybody.
It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Hey, everybody, tune in next week while Wes gets shot.
Exactly. Oh boy. All right. Well, look, we have been going for a while on 2 streams tonight. So let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Right.
Next week will be a special show that David actually has to do homework for. That'll be fun.
What's funny is everybody's Googling right now, Pickaninny Freeze.
Pickaninny
Oh
Freeze.
yeah, you can't do that.
Literally everybody who just Googled it is like, yeah, no. Immediately they're like, yeah, no, you can't. No, don't do that.
Yeah. Don't make that T-shirt, Dave.
Don't put it on
That is
screen.
not a good T-shirt.
Can we just delete this whole episode because you mentioned it?
We could put that. We could put that on. We could put. I say we put it on a T-shirt, put it on the internet, and just sell it.
You know what? Somebody would buy it. Remember, we just talked about your niche. That's not a niche we want to be a part of, David.
That is a rough niche right there.
That's a
rough niche.
That's a rough niche.
That'd be great. I'm on board. It'd be
funny. It'd be hilarious, but we're not. No, we're not doing that.
And for us to not even put it on a screen, that
shows you how bad it is.
I mean, we've got a French stalk of celery shoving a toothbrush up a man's horizontal slit ass that we've posted every week since I've introduced it to West multiple times, and we're like, nah, you know what? We're gonna let this one go.
We're not going that far. That's
yeah. I loved the immediate response when he was like, "Oh no, we're not doing that."
Oh no, that's not. Because I was gonna try and prove you wrong. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this on. How bad can it be? And I was like, nope, nope, we're not doing that.
So there used to be a pizza shop in Lucasville, Ohio, and you go in. It was called Happy Days. It's gone now. They've bulldozed it. The whole thing's gone, probably because of that ad. But they used to have a metal sign of this up on the wall.
Of the Pickaninny Freeze ad?
Of Pickaninny Freeze. They had an original. It was a metal tin, one of the old aged tins, because it was a metal. It was one of the original actual Pickaninny Freeze. Was like a dessert. I'm going to call it a pop for lack of better
like
word.
A watermelon popsicle.
Essentially, yes, and they had one of the original actual metal signs on the wall.
I mean, that could be worth some money. I'll give them that.
It probably was, and a couple gunshots. But yeah, I mean, so that advertisement has stuck in my head for years. I mean, it's been I mean, that place has probably been gone for close to between 15 to 20 years.
I
It's
mean, I
been
can't
gone.
imagine why.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, their pizza was pretty good. Their pizza was actually quite tasty.
Sure.
So, as a pizza shop, it did great. As a place that would pass, DEI and, uh, HR
Yeah, HR was
inspection,
not been a fan of
no.
that place. No.
HR to be fair, I'm not a fan of HR. I think all HRs clear across the world need to be eliminated immediately, and forever. So, that's my take on HR. So, that's number 10. So he gave you 10. I'm gonna give you number 11 is don't have an HR department.
That's one
Having an
philosophy.
HR department will sink your business. All right, there you go.
There you go.
Have a
That's
good
it.
one.
So those have been the 10
Peace.
mistakes that kill startups. We'll see you guys next week. Eat lots of celery. It is nature's toothbrush for your colon. And we'll see you next time.
The names are at the bottom.
There you go. Yeah, I've been Wes. This guy was David.
Shake
That guy back there might have been Matt Harmon. He wasn't here, so we don't know. And
yeah.
yeah, we'll see you guys next time.